Hello one and all, this is Masthan Reddy. Today we are discussing about marketing analytical procedures for modern marketers. First of all, what is marketing analytics? It is the practice of measuring, managing and analyzing the marketing data to maximize its effectiveness and optimize return on investments. In this, there are three major parts. One is data collection, second is analysis, and the third is goal setting. And the major aspects of marketing analytics is understanding the customer behavior and optimizing the marketing campaigns and measuring return on investments and the data driven decision making. Today we are discussing five different analytical procedures for marketing success. There are cluster analysis, multidimensional scaling, price optimization, sentiment analysis, and time series analysis. When it comes to cluster analysis, it is a powerful data analysis technique used to grouping the people based on their behavior, and it involves organizing a set of data points into groups based on their similarities. In this, uh, we can group the people based on their behavior and their patterns and their habituations like that. Uh, in mainly in marketing, we can segment the customers into groups based on their purchasing behavior. When it comes to the life sciences like biology, we can group the genes by similarities of their expression patterns, and we can divide the some social institutes or social communities based on their social networks and identifying their communities. And when it comes to the multidimensional scaling, uh, it is a statistical technique used to visualize the similarities and dissimilarities between the data points. It is particularly useful when you have data that represents how different or how similar items are to each other. When we are comparing two items, then we can find whether it is similar or different to each other. The next one is price optimization. In this price optimization, it is a strategic process that businesses use to determine the ideal price for their products or services, whatever it may be. It is used for the it is used for getting the maximum profits by using minimum price like optimal price points, and it finds the sweet spot between profit and sales volume, balances revenue goals with market sensitivity. And the next one is sentiment analysis. With the sentiment analysis, we can interpret the customer emotions from text data, and it drives emotionally resonant marketing strategies. And after that, time series. By this time series, we can evaluate the customer patterns across the time periods from past to present, and it enables precise campaign timing and accurate forecasting. Cluster analysis, finding your tribes. What is cluster analysis? Earlier we said it is a technique that groups similar customers together based on their shared characteristics or their purchasing behaviors or whatever it may be. And how it works. Algorithms identifies the patterns in data to segment customers by demographics or their purchase history and their behavior. And when it comes to market value, it creates distinct customer groups for targeted campaigns and tailored messaging and informed product development. And the main goal of cluster analysis is to create clusters where data points within a cluster are more similar to each other than those in the other clusters. Uh, Here, there are main two key characteristics in cluster analysis. They are unsupervised learning. In this unsupervised learning, the cluster analysis is typically an unsupervised learning method, meaning it works with unlabeled data. There are no predefined categories or outcomes. And the next one is similarity measurement. The process relies on measuring the similarity or dissimilarity between the data points. This is often done using distance metrics. And in cluster analysis, we have a real life example is here. It's Amazon success. Uh, what it does. The cluster analysis groups similar data points together based on purchase patterns and browsing behavior and demographic information. In here, Amazon's recommendation engine uses customer purchase history to group similar items. This powers their customers who bought this also bought feature and how it impact the business. These personalized recommendations drive 35% of Amazon's total revenue and created a competitive advantage through data science. And the next one is multidimensional scaling. It is used for mapping perceptions. In this multidimensional scaling, we can see brand mapping. It creates visual maps where distances between points show how customers perceive their brand similarities. And the competitive analysis. Competitive analysis. In competitive analysis, it reveals your brand's position relative to competitors in customers' mind. The next is strategic positions. It identifies the opportunities to differentiate your brand in crowded market. And the core purpose of the multidimensional scaling is visualization of relationships. This MDS aims to create a visual map where the distances between points reflect the similarities or dissimilarities in the original data. And it is also used for the dimensionality reduction. It helps to reduce the complex high dimensional data into lower dimensional space, typically 2D or 3D that can be easily visualized or understood. Like by using this multidimensional scaling in marketing, we can understand the consumer preferences and brand perceptions. And in biology, we can visualize the relationships between two different species or two different genesis. And here is a real life example for multidimensional scaling in market research and the data collection. First of all, we have to collect the data and survey consumers on brand perceptions across multiple attributes like luxury, sportiness, and reliability. And after that, we have to analyze the data what we collect. And after that, we have to create a perceptual maps which showing the brands compete directly and where gaps exist. And the next is strategy, develop products and marketing that target specific positions in the perceptual map. And the next most important marketing analytical procedure is price optimization. It's about finding the sweet spot where you can maximize your profitability while still attracting and retaining the customers. And in this, there are some key elements. The key factors or data driven approach. The price optimization relies heavily on data analysis. This includes examining the historical sales data, customer behavior, market trends, competitor pricing, and the production cost. And the main goal of the price optimization is to maximize the profits and the revenue. And it means we have to keep our prices in optimal range. And it doesn't mean always mean charging the highest possible price. Sometimes a lower price can lead to increased sales volume and overall higher profits also. And there are several factors that influence the price optimization. There are customer demand, competition, production costs, and the marketing conditions, and the customer perceived value, and the customer demand. And the price optimization balances multiple factors to find prices that maximize profits while maintaining the customer satisfaction. Here is a real-time example about Uber, how it increased its revenue 8% during the busy periods while putting the Uber prices in optimal range. And the next marketing analytical procedure is sentiment analysis or reading customer emotions. And the sentiment analysis is also known as opinion mining. It is a technique used to determine the emotional tone behind the words. The core function of the sentiment analysis, it aims to extract the subjective information from text data such as opinions, attitudes, and emotions. And it is determining the emotional tone. It analyzes the text to classify the sentiment expressed as positive, negative, or neutralized. And what does it do? Like it analyzes text from reviews, social media, and surveys to determine emotional tone. It categorizes content as positive, negative, or neutral. And how does it impact the business? It provides real time feedback on brand reputation and brand perception. It helps identify the potential issues before they escalate. It measures the campaign effectiveness beyond numbers. We can perform sentiment analysis uh, for our company based on how it performs or how it how it receives reviews from the customers on social media or on our websites like that. And the next marketing analytical procedure is time series analysis, uh, predicting tomorrow. Uh, we can forecast our revenues or we can forecast our sales by using the previous historical data. And in this, the historical data, it collects past performance metrics across relevant time periods. And from that historical data, we can recognize the patterns. How does the sales is increasing or how does the sales is decreasing? Or we can recognize the patterns of how the trend is going, like whether it is going upward or downward, like that. And we can identify the seasonal variations in the data also. And after that, we can predict the model. And by predicting the model, we can forecast our revenues or our demands or our product sales. And by doing all this analyzing, we can have a strategic plan to boost our sales or we can or to increase our revenues. And it is a comparing between those five analytical procedures. The cluster analysis, it is best for the customer segmentation, and the MDS analysis is best for brand positioning, and the price optimization, it is best suitable for revenue maximization. And the sentiment analysis, it is used for the reputation management. It suits best for the reputation management. And the time series analysis, it best for the forecasting the trends. Uh, Here are the key takeaways we can learn from these analytical procedures. We can get a deeper knowledge about the company or whatever the institution we are working for or whatever the work we are doing. We can analyze our marketing patterns or sales trends and how it is going, and we can know who are our competitors, at what stage we are, and how much competition we are facing. And after that, we can plan a strategic way to improve our business or improve our sales or to maximize our revenues. And finally, we can do as best we can for the customer centric satisfaction. These analytics enables personalized marketing that resonates with specific audience segment.